What's up everyone, TechCloud here, and in this video I'm going to share some of my thoughts regarding the Nexus 5. Actually, I bought a Nexus 5 back at the start of the December last year, but later on I went to vacation, so I didn't get the chance to put a review. Then I thought that I'm now pretty late when I came back, but some of my subscribers, which are pretty close to me, are requesting my thoughts on Nexus 5, so I thought I should make a video about that. At this point you are pretty familiar with the Nexus 5 both in terms of hardware and software, so no need to describe the same thing over and over again. I'm just going to share what I think about the hardware and the software. As far as the software is concerned, then that's top notch, and no other Android phone is as good as Nexus 5 in terms of software, because that's the pure Android look. Although now Google is saying that it's no longer a pure Android, rather it's a Google experience device, but the reality is it's still pretty much stock, except the launcher and the Google Now that you can see on the side, which is actually the part of the launcher. Other than that, it's the same thing, and the thing is there is no skin over the stock Android, so it runs buttery smooth, really fast, and Nexus 5 is perhaps the fastest Android phone that I have used to date. And why not? Because it has pretty good optimized software, and it has the top-notch hardware in terms of the processor and RAM. The processor, as all you know, is Snapdragon S800 at 2.2 GHz, or you can say 2.3 because it's 2.26 actually, and if you round it off it's 2.3 GHz. And it has the fast LPDDR3 RAM that goes with it. So it's very fast, buttery smooth, no issues as far as the performance is concerned. As you can see, there are actually two speaker grills, but in reality there is only one speaker, and the other one is just to make it look symmetrical and also to hide the microphone. There is nothing wrong about that one, and many manufacturers including LG, the Apple, they are doing that. But the thing is actually the single speaker that is available there, the quality of the audio coming out of the speaker is not all that great, although Google has fixed some of the software. But the issues are not only the software, it is also hardware based. Some people are actually changing their speaker with a different part number speaker, which also works with Nexus 5 just to get a better audio. Some are actually drilling more holes to make the audio louder. But the thing is, it's not about the loudness but also the quality of the sound coming out of the speaker. Another concern is the quality of the hardware that is installed within this device. My speaker actually got blown away pretty easily without doing much with the device with the regular use, and the speaker does not work at all on its own. I mean, I was using it just regularly, and after a week or two there is no more sound coming out of the speaker. So I stopped using Nexus 5 as my primary or daily driver. And another concern is the buttons making the rattle sound. When I got my Nexus 5, I was actually a few of the lucky ones that does not make rattling sound. But with regular use, it actually come to a point where although it does not rattle that much, but the buttons are slightly loose now as compared to what they were before. And also another concern is the vibrating motor. The vibrating motor installed in the phone is also pretty weak in quality, because when I received the Nexus 5 it was working perfectly. Many people were complaining about the quality of that vibrating motor, but after a few days use I am having the same problem. Another complaint I have is the gaming performance of this device. Although the device is very powerful, it has a powerful CPU and GPU and fast RAM, which really helps in the gaming. But actually the processor and the way it is configured by LG, the kernel and the thermal checks is such that after few minutes of gaming it starts to throttle very easily and the gaming experience spoils. This is true when you are playing some intensive, the graphics intensive games, and many people are suffering from it. I was the first one to report this one officially on the YouTube. I mean, I made a video about this issue, and I was the only one at the time, and because I checked on the YouTube, there were no such video available at that time. I don't know what happened after later on, anybody else is complaining or not, but I have also checked the XDA forums, and there are some people which are also complaining the same thing. The time required for the throttling, it depends that what are the weather conditions at your place. If you are living in a very cold weather, obviously it's gonna take longer time to throttle. So these are all my complaints about this device. I just want to list down all the complaints first so that I can get them out of my way before I go to the good points. As far as the design is concerned, the design is pretty understated. But actually, I don't care about the understated design. The thing is, as soon as I hold Nexus 5 in my hand, I feel a wave of joy running through my body because it is such nice design. I love to hold this device in my hand. It feels really nice, the soft touch back and the size. Something about this device is really good that I always feel that this is one of the best devices that I have ever held in my hand. Although the design is understated but it is pretty elegant and it looks nice while sitting on my office table. It has all the bells and whistles of the current modern smartphone at half the price. If you buy your phones at unlocked price, then you can get this phone at half price with all the features and the modern hardware. That's really nice to see, and Google is really doing something special about it. But my concern is that Google needs to make two kind of Nexus phones. I mean, two categories. One is cheaper Nexus phones, just like Nexus 5 and Nexus 4. And there should be a premium line of Nexus phones as well, which should be more expensive. It can be as expensive as other unlocked phones, but it should have all the premium hardware with excellent quality so that you don't have the quality issues. Actually, the same problem is happening with all the Nexus devices. I actually bought the original Nexus 7 and I bought Nexus 4 and I bought Nexus 5. I used to have Nexus 1 as well. The quality issues were there except the Nexus 1. Nexus 1 was pretty nice device made by HTC. Probably it has to do something with the companies because Asus and LG does not make as quality hardware as HTC or some of the other companies that I have seen. Beside all these complaints and all, I still feel this device is one of the best devices that I've ever owned. And although the speaker does not work, but I still love to hold this device and I still carry it around, and I'm using this phone with my Sony smartwatch 2 as well, and I really love this device. Nexus 5 has excellent screen, and it is one of the best screens that I have seen on the smartphones. Any complaints about the screen are just BS, nothing more than that. The only thing where I feel the screen is lacking, two things are actually. One is the contrast, and most people will not actually notice that the contrast level are not as good as the contrast level of some of the better screens that LG has produced, like the LG G2 screen. And the other complaint is if I actually turn on the brightness or crank up the brightness and I look diagonally to the screen, as you can see now, the screen has a little bit some milky haze over it. As you can see, it is not as clear as it was before, but this only happens diagonally. And if you look at through 90-degree angles just like that, or the sideways. The screen is excellent and it has excellent viewing angles with excellent contrast and the colors. And it is way better than the Z1 screen. I used to have Z1, the Sony Xperia Z1 as well. This screen is miles better than the Z1 screen. Sony Xperia Z had the worst 1080p panel and Z1 is slightly better than that, but it is still nowhere near that the other 1080p panels from other manufacturers. Another thing is the camera quality of this thing. The camera quality on Nexus 5 is a concern to some of people, but as far as I'm concerned, the camera quality is not all that bad, and I have taken actually very nice photos using the Nexus 5 camera. It is not the best camera and it is not the worst, it's somewhere in the middle. It is one of the best, actually it's the best camera that I have seen on Nexus devices. It is way better, miles better than the Nexus 4 camera. It might not be as good as the competition, but it's not a bad camera. I have actually already made a video about the camera quality of Nexus 5. You can check that out, and I have made a comparison with iPhone 5s as well as the Canon 6D using my reference, just to show that how are the color accuracy and the picture quality overall. My only complaint with the camera software is that it's still very old and dated interface and I don't really like it. And also the autofocus is kind of little bit too touchy, and it tries to focus all the time and it does not lock the focus that much. I like the gallery. It's a pretty nice simple interface and it has a gesture inbuilt and it's very nice. I have used my Nexus 5 along with my iPhone 5s together as my daily driver, and actually I have found that there are few areas where my Nexus 5 was not only faster but works better as well, whereas in some areas the iPhone 5s was faster and better. The scrolling on the Android phones used to be very jittery, but now it's much smoother than before, and Nexus 5 is one of the few Android phones that actually works really well in that department. It's still not as smooth as the iPhone, but it's miles better than the previous versions of Android and as well as the older phones. If you are sitting on a fence that whether you should buy the Nexus 5 or not, then buy it, and make sure you buy it in the red. And also make sure that the warranty situation is pretty good, the support is pretty good in your area, because the chances are you might actually come across some of the quality issues. So if you have good better support and the warranty situation in that area, you will not feel disappointed. And also the quality hiccups are actually affecting more people, which were the early adopters, people like me who used to buy the stuff as soon as it comes out. The newer batch of Nexus 5s are pretty good, and I really love the Nexus 5 in red. It's really special, and no more it is understated. That's actually a good thing. All the heavy social media apps actually works really great and runs buttery smooth on this device. The gaming performance of this device is good as long as the processor is within thermal limits. It will run the games buttery smooth because it has very powerful CPU and GPU inside this phone. But when the processor heats up, as you can see now, the gaming performance suffers and it lacks all those frame rates as soon as it starts to heat up, because as it starts to heat up, it actually try to reduce its speed just to avoid overheating. Although you can say that this game is not properly optimized, but the thing is, the same is true about all the games, not only this game. Any graphics intensive game including Asphalt 8 and other similarly graphics intensive game works in a similar fashion. I have less negative things to say about this phone, and I have to say more positive things about this phone. So for a price, this phone is excellent, and nothing even comes close to this phone at this price range. Nothing as special as this phone is available in this price, and it works brilliantly with my Sony smartwatch 2. I haven't faced any problem, and I have no complaints. However, I would have loved it if they had provided the trusted Bluetooth devices support as well. For those people who don't know what is trusted Bluetooth devices, basically if I have paired a Bluetooth device with my phone as a trusted connection, then my phone does not actually ask me for a password, even though I have set up a password on the lock screen, because a trusted device is connected with the phone, so it will no longer ask me for the password. That's really an awesome feature, and I would really love to see this feature in the upcoming devices. So guys, these are just a few thoughts on Nexus 5. I hope that you have liked the video. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more videos, tech reviews and help. If you have any question about this device, then feel free to ask. I hope you will like the video and press the thumbs up button at the bottom of the video. Take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.